Upon hearing for the first time that animals were considered one of the most effective strategies for weed control and soil regeneration, I had my doubts. While it might be relatively easier to implement in a pasture field with a fence, I couldn't fathom how to employ animals for grazing purposes in vineyards, olive groves, and almond trees, the very crops that I cultivate on my land. The truth is, it's not that hard. I'll tell you everything in this video. I am taking a leisurely stroll through my vineyards, specifically the vineyards of Campon, which are located on our family estate. Today, we are fortunate to have a flock of 400 sheep here with us, diligently assisting me throughout the day in the important task of regenerating my soils. These animals possess multiple virtues. Firstly, and most importantly, they assist us in controlling the weeds in the ground covers. Currently, I can manage with my lawnmower and tractor, both consuming oil. However, I have a considerable number of lawnmowers here that do not consume oil and therefore do not contribute to pollution in a practical manner. They are doing an amazing job. Here you can see them controlling the plants on my green roofs, performing this mowing during this winter time prior to the start of spring. We are just a few days away from commencing spring. They are here now because in a couple of weeks, in 3 weeks, in a month, they won't be able to be here anymore. The vines are going to start sprouting. These vines that we are currently in the pruning process. When the vines start to sprout, we really have to take out the animals. They can't be dry. They measure the shoots. However, during periods of vine inactivity such as the present, the vines pose no threat to the well-being of the grapevines.
To the wood, why do they eat grass?
Because the primary skill of these animals is grazing. They mow the grass that is on the ground. They prefer to eat grass from the ground than anything else. If there's grass on the ground, like in our vegetative covers, in these vineyards we work with regenerative agriculture, they really spend all day with their heads down eating grass. They don't cause any harm either. In this case, it's a trellised vineyard. They don't damage the iron, the wires, the trellises, nor do they harm themselves either. They simply go underneath when they transition from one row to another. Therefore, they are monitoring the vegetation covers on our behalf, providing us with valuable data, all without any cost. And they are also generating a tremendous amount of kilograms, an enormous quantity of manure every single day that they apply here for free, utilizing their excrement, utilizing their manure, utilizing their urine. The manure produced by herbivorous animals like sheep is of top-notch quality because they pass what they eat through their rumen, which results in it being enriched with a great ruminal microbiology. And this goes straight down to the ground, so it not only fertilizes our plants nutritionally and mineral-wise, but it's also a great contribution of organic matter, and it quickly increases the soil's microbiota as well, which is essential for maintaining a healthy and thriving ecosystem in our garden. So we are enhancing soil fertility at a rapid pace. The vegetation covers regulate us, they enhance the soil fertility, and this valuable benefit is provided to us without any cost or charge. There's no energy consumption here. Moreover, they're making meat, producing it, and it transforms into a different product entirely. So the benefits are extremely evident. How do we execute these? First and foremost, it is crucial to mention that these sheep are not our own. It is truly fascinating to attempt to discover a mutually beneficial relationship with a farmer or a local rancher who possesses a herd. Because otherwise, we would need to possess space, possess some cover, and possess the knowledge and experience to handle this livestock. Our current activity is inviting the pastor to graze here, to feed his sheep here. The food is free for them, but the benefits we have are incredible, as I've already mentioned to you. So these mutually beneficial relationships are always very, very, very positive, and it is the most comfortable way to do this. We graze these animals and others, such as cows, horses, pigs, and chickens, in olive trees, apple trees, almond trees, and in practically all woody crops, because their benefits are incredible.
We do not require the field to be closed in order to have any fences. Why is that the case?
Because this gentleman, the pastor who is present today, is keeping an eye on his sheep. He takes 3 or 4 dogs and he is accustomed to grazing, moving around with all of his animals. So he's already keeping an eye on the dogs to make sure the sheep are here today. They're going to spend a day here checking out this vineyard. It's about an acre or so, and then they'll leave. They will go to another vineyard and we will let this regenerate. This is the regenerative pasture that we make. What do we do in the pasture fields, but what do we also do in our wooded crops? So it is all advantages. It is easier than I initially thought when they informed me about placing animals in woody crops. Actually, it's not a mystery. It's either finding a rancher or doing it yourself with the livestock, if you think it's worth it. And all of these are advantages for the pastor, for us, and specifically for the health and fertility of our soils. It's one of the techniques we use to regenerate the soil, to quickly improve the soil. There's more here. In a few days, when the cattle is no longer working here, we will utilize the subsoiler to loosen up this soil from the covers so that air can enter and improve the quality of the land. I will explain how to use the subsoiler on covers in another video that you can watch on our channel. So, if you have the chance to find animals to graze in your crops like we are doing here, do not waste it, because regenerative grazing is a fantastic tool, especially for woody crops. Utilizing the subsoiler effectively can greatly benefit your farming practices. Make sure to check out our channel for more informative videos on agricultural techniques and practices.